Radiant architect of the inner sun, channeling for sovereign hearts. Tararotara, quantum opening. A single breath rises like dawn inside your chest, and the whole cosmos leans closer. Your ribcage becomes a horizon, and the first light crosses it with the authority of love. Your spine arranges itself as a column of temples, and the cells of your body repeat a very old hymn. Every thought softens into a shoreline. Every emotion settles into a luminous harbor. The living presence moves through you as a warm tide that remembers its source. The field is here. The codes are awake. Your inner sun accepts its own crown. Section 1. Deep Gaze, the myth you are living. There is a myth braided through your life like gold thread through a pilgrim's cloak. It is the story of the radiant architect who arrives at the workshop of existence with a compass made of kindness and a ruler made of truth. The radiant architect does not copy old blueprints. The radiant architect listens to the geometry of the heart and drafts from living light. In the transpersonal sky, archetypes walk as constellations. The sovereign, the healer, the mystic, and the artist gather at your inner round table. The sovereign offers direction without domination. The healer holds a chalice where tears become medicine. The mystic tends to the lamp of silence where symbols speak. The artist translates dawn into form. They are not separate personalities competing for the stage. They are facets of a single jewel, turning together so that your soul can refract the infinite. Your path unfolds like a river remembering the sea. Obstacles appear as boulders and then reveal themselves as stepping stones. Loss becomes a hidden door into larger rooms. Desire matures into devotion. Devotion matures into presence. Presence matures into service. You carry a seed syllable inside your chest, a tone that no one else can sound. When you allow it to vibrate through your choices and creations, reality tunes itself around you, like a choir around a pitch pipe. The old map, written in fear and scarcity, dissolves like salt in clear water. The new map, written in awe and dignity, unfurls from the quietest chamber of your being. The human nervous system learns safety from the company it keeps. Your soul keeps the company of suns. Your nervous system recognizes this and steadies. A new baseline of calm establishes itself like a village by a river. From there, authentic power emerges as gentle firmness, a radiant backbone that does not need to shout. In that stance, destiny stops feeling like a prize to chase and becomes a conversation with the luminous fabric of life. Section 2. Foundations, Humanistic and Transpersonal Psychology in Simple Light. Humanistic psychology honors your innate drive toward self-actualization. It recognizes that authenticity is an ecosystem where values, actions, and felt sense live in the same climate. When congruence increases, suffering decreases. When values align with behavior, the psyche exhales. Compassion becomes a default nervous system setting rather than an effortful performance. Transpersonal psychology extends this into the sacred. Identity is experienced as a flexible lens rather than a fixed object. States of expanded awareness show that the self is not a small fortress but a permeable temple. In such states, meaning does not arrive as a concept. Meaning arrives as a field. The field holds you while you witness your stories without drowning in them. This witnessing is not cold detachment. It is warm clarity. Warm clarity repairs misalignment at the speed of tenderness. Neuroplasticity provides the practical bridge. Repeated attention sculpts the brain. Emotion adds voltage. Intention provides direction. Action lays the track. Rest and integration allow the track to become a path you can trust. The loop closes, and the nervous system learns a new habit of safety and creativity. Practical image for daily life. A triad of presence, choice, and microaction. Presence settles the body. Choice selects the narrative. Microaction proves it to the world. One breath to return. One sentence to align. One step to anchor. The psyche loves results it can feel in the fingers. The soul loves movements that honor beauty. The world loves behaviors that reduce harm and amplify coherence. This triad carries all three. This Starseeds, Section 3. Applied Biodecoding. The body as a singing archive. The body remembers, not as punishment, as protection and as a map. Muscles hold pause marks where fear once asked for time. Skin carries stories of boundaries learned and boundaries forgotten. Breath records the tempo of belonging. Organs echo the music of unmet needs and fulfilled vows. When a symptom appears, the body places a bookmark at a page that requests attention. General correspondences that invite reflection and relief. Throat tightness often signals truths saved for later. The body keeps the note safe until the stage is ready. Gentle humming and honest writing ease the passage. Chest pressure often acts like a gate at the border of grief and love. Slow exhalation and soft touch at the sternum help the gate open without force. Solar plexus tension often reflects over-efforting for control. Grounding through the feet and rhythmic walking recalibrates agency. Jaw clenching often protects unsaid boundaries. Warmth over the masseter muscles and clear daily agreements release the guard. Lower back fatigue often indicates load without support. Asking for help and practical redistribution of tasks invites structural love. Liberation route in 4 movements. 1. Naming. A symptom receives a respectful title such as guardian of the throat or keeper of the solar gate. Naming restores dignity. 2. Meaning. A gentle narrative is offered such as I learned to be quiet to maintain connection, and now I learn to speak to maintain truth. Meaning restores continuity. 3. Modification. A small compassionate action occurs, such as a 5-minute voice practice or a boundary sentence rehearsed in private. Modification restores agency. 4. Maintenance. A weekly ritual honors the new pattern. Maintenance restores trust. This approach is supportive and educational, not diagnostic or prescriptive. Professional care partners, such as physicians, therapists, or body workers, add skill, safety, and companionship. The body loves a team. Section 4. Quantum NLP Toolkit. Rewriting the inner script with living symbols. Language builds rooms in consciousness. Images furnish them. State is the weather. Behavior is the door. The following sequence unites all 4. Dark Row. 4.1 State Priming. The 3-phase breath. Phase A. Inhale softly through the nose for a count of 4, sensing space widening behind the heart. Phase B. Hold for a count of 2, letting the jaw soften. Phase C. Exhale for a count of 6, feeling the shoulders melt and the pelvis root. Repeat for 3 minutes. The brain receives a message of safety. Safety multiplies choice. Badarasaru 4.2. Language alchemy, from problem frame to resource frame. Write one sentence describing the challenge in simple terms. Replace any absolute with a flexible truth. Replace blame with responsibility. Replace vagueness with one observable behavior. Example transformation. Before, I am always blocked. After, I notice resistance in mornings, and I can begin with a 5-minute warm-up. 4.3. Symbolic repatterning. The tri-sigil method. Create 3 minimalist symbols on paper. 1. Release sigil for what is being completed. 2. Receive sigil for the capacity being grown. 3. Radiate sigil for the contribution being shared. Trace each sigil with one exhale. Whisper a single verb for each, such as soften, fortify, offer. Tape them where your eyes rest often. The unconscious loves simple repeated signals. 4.4. Somatic anchoring. The heart palm seal. Place the right palm over the heart. Imagine a warm disk of gentle gold beneath the hand. Breathe 3 cycles and silently affirm a short line such as clear and kind. Use this seal before important choices, after difficult conversations, or when you feel a pull toward old patterns. Over time, the body associates the gesture with coherence. 4.5. Future pacing. The 72-hour bridge. Envision a single scene within the next 72 hours where the new pattern will naturally express itself. Include time, location, posture, and one sentence you will speak. Imagine the moment in first person, then third person, then as a glow spreading through the room. Conclude by scheduling the action. The calendar becomes sacred geometry. 4.6 Rehearsal loop. Micro performance with recovery. Perform the new behavior for 90 seconds in private. Pause for 30 seconds to sense success signals. Repeat for 3 rounds. Close with one friendly sentence directed to the self, such as good work for showing up. The nervous system encodes achievement as truth rather than accident. Section 5. Spiritual perspective. Christic compassion and the star alliances. Christic consciousness arises as lucid love. It does not erase the personal self, it ennobles it. It clothes the daily self in a garment woven from mercy and clarity. Mercy keeps the heart open. Clarity keeps the spine bright. Together they form a bridge, where forgiveness does not excuse harm and boundaries do not cancel love. Arcturian currents move like sapphire architecture through subtle space. They offer templates for precision, beauty, and repair. Pleiadian currents arrive as dawn-petaled warmth, encouraging creativity, tenderness, and celebration. Andromedan currents stream like midnight mathematics that sing. Seraphic orders tilt hearts toward praise until praise becomes the default stance of consciousness. These lineages do not demand belief, they invite resonance. When the psyche stands inside this multi-choir, shame loses its podium, and humility takes the microphone. Unity does not request uniformity. Unity sanctifies difference, as music sanctifies harmony. The rose does not compete with the cedar does not imitate the river. All three breathe the same wind and honor the same light. In this vision, service becomes elegant. A simple kindness offered at the right time feels like architecture finished to the last detail. A clear boundary expressed with warmth becomes a lighthouse rather than a wall. The mundane reveals its divinity. Washing dishes baptizes the hands. Answering an email becomes a vow. Money turns into thank you notes traveling between souls. In this field, prosperity reads as enoughness plus flow. Enoughness calms the animal body. Flow keeps the creative body dancing. Gratitude feeds both. Gratitude is not a performance. Gratitude is the relaxed recognition that the infinite keeps arriving as ordinary moments, and that every ordinary moment can be tuned like an instrument. Section 6, an integrative ritual, the map of the sunlit body. Title, the ninefold rite of coherent radiance. Duration, 18 to 24 minutes. Intention, unite mind, body, and spirit into a single lucid flame, and let life organize around that flame with ease and dignity. 1. Threshold. Light a white candle or visualize a small star floating at heart height. Whisper the words, enter light. 2. Grounding. Stand barefoot or with a tension in the soles. Soften the knees. Imagine roots moving into the earth in gentle spirals. 3. Breath. Practice the three-phase breath for 3 minutes. On each exhale, imagine gray static leaving through the feet into fertile soil. 4. Purification. Sweep the body with both hands from crown to feet 3 times, as if you are dusting off invisible sand. Release any residue into the earth to be composted. 5. Anointing. Place a drop of water or oil on the forehead, chest, and palms. Speak clear mind, open heart, generous hands. 6. Sigil tracing. Draw the release, receive, and radiate sigils in the air before you with a finger. Exhale through each drawing. 7. Embodiment phrase. Place the right palm on the heart and the left on the lower abdomen. Speak one sentence that names your day's vow in the affirmative, such as, I build with kindness and clarity today. 8. Micro action lock. Write a single concrete action aligned with your vow on a small card or note app. Schedule it now. 9. Seal. Bow the head slightly. Visualize a gold ring settling around your shoulders like a mantle of service. Whisper, the work is love made visible. Extinguish the candle or allow the inner star to fold into the heart. Perform this rite daily for 7 days. On day 7, add a simple offering to the earth such as water for a plant, food for a bird, or trash removed from a sidewalk. The offering reminds the body that devotion is practical. Section 7. Power of the mind. Neural craft and gentle sovereignty. Attention is sculpting clay. Emotion is the warm water. Repetition is the kiln. Rest is the cool air that prevents cracks. The craft improves with humble precision. 3 mental practices to stabilize the luminous stance. Vector affirmations. Short, directional lines that imply movement. I move with elegant focus. I restore and advance. I create and include. 5 breaths per line until the body agrees. Image stacking. Layer a felt memory of safety, a vision of contribution, and a symbol of your lineage. Hold all 3 for 12 seconds. Release and return to ordinary awareness. The nervous system encodes the stack as a single reliable anchor. Coherence dosing. Set a timer for 90 minutes. When it rings, perform 1 minute of the heart palm seal and a single vector affirmation. This doses coherence through the day, like sunlight through tall windows. Gentle sovereignty is firmness without friction. It turns down drama and turns up devotion. It does not over-explain. It does not undercare. It chooses a pace that preserves truth and tenderness at the same time. In that cadence, influence becomes quiet and unmistakable. People feel safe to become larger around you. Environments simplify. Work turns into a craft again. Joy becomes aerodynamic. Itas, Section 8, Relationship Prosperity, Sacred Boundaries as Bridges. A sacred boundary is a promise to your nervous system that frees your love to be accurate. Accuracy increases intimacy. Intimacy increases prosperity because energy flows where safety grows. 4 sentences that build bridges without leaks. 1. Preference: I prefer responses within 24 hours. 2. Capacity: I can offer 30 minutes today. 3. Impact: I feel scattered when plans change last minute. 4. Request: I request confirmation by noon. Add warmth to each line with a soft tone, a slow pace, and 1 sentence of appreciation where appropriate. The body receives dignity and the relationship receives clarity. Over time, this lowers the cost of love while raising its yield. Topato, Section 9, Creative Economy of the Heart. Work as devotional architecture. Treat your projects as chapels where the world can breathe better. Begin by naming each project with a verb and a blessing. Example: create haven, curate kindness, teach clarity, compose dawn. When you touch the work, greet it as a living being and close the day by thanking it for what it taught. This turns burnout into belonging. Cycles matter. Design in bursts, refine in quiet. Deliver with ceremony, rest with innocence. Share outcomes, not only outputs. Receive feedback as an ally. Say thank you often. Money arrives as gratitude in motion. Steward it with simplicity. Direct it toward nourishment, learning, and generosity. Prosperity feels like clean light moving through clean windows. Nanarwasiro Section 10, Integration Maps, 7-day spiral. Day 1 presence. 3-phase breath, heart palm seal, release sigil. Day 2 choice. Language alchemy for 1 persistent narrative. Day 3 action. Micro action lock plus 90-second rehearsal. Day 4 body. Biodecoding self-massage at jaw and chest. Warm shower. Slow exhale practice. Day 5 relation. Boundary practice with 1 clear sentence delivered kindly. Day 6 offering. Contribution of time, attention, or resources to a living being or community. Day 7 celebration. Light a candle, review the week, name 1 skill honed and 1 grace received, dance 1 song, sleep deeply. Repeat the spiral with a new emphasis each week. Spiral work deepens without strain. The soul prefers spirals to ladders. High vibration closing, master phrase. Living light builds through me, and I choose to be a tender architect of coherence. 24-hour quantum challenge. Complete 1 micro action that dignifies your nervous system and 1 offering that dignifies the world. Write both on a single card titled Clear and Kind and carry it with you. Activation code. Oriona, Calim Solaris. Speak 3 times with the heart palm seal. Imagine a thin ring of gold settling around your heart like sunrise finding a quiet city. Walk forward as the radiant architect you have always been. Con amor, Andrew.